Well, perhaps I should explain to David that last week we were discussing whether we should not be putting certain people in prison. And I reflect on this when Raoul Moat, who is the man on the run at the moment...
Still at large?
Still at large. It emerged that that there'd been a warning given by the prison from which he was released that he'd made a threat against his girlfriend, that the police hadn't acted upon it, and of course the girlfriend subsequently has been shot. But it occurred to me that it's all very well blaming the police for not protecting the girl, but why exactly are we releasing from prison people who are thought by the prison to be so dangerous that they have to be recommended to the police for special
And you've been
measures?
sentenced to 18 weeks and get out after 9 automatically.
So, you know, you just wonder whether prisoners are doing... I mean, have people lost focus? What is prison there for? It's to protect the public. That is the main purpose of it. And clearly, in this case, it hasn't done so.
OK. David, what's your moment?
Well, some people think the Treasury is a kind of prison, and one person has released himself or been released from the Treasury this week. That is Sir Alan Budd.
Yes, after only 3 months.
Rather independent, or allegedly independent, head of the brand spanking new Office of Budgetary Responsibility. He seems to have suddenly either been relieved of his duties or relieved himself of his duties a mere few days after coming to Mr Cameron's rescue with some figures, sometimes called dodgy dossiers, that emerged to help the Prime Minister. And I think that, given the economy is going to be the big issue for this Parliament, the fact that the government should have rather carelessly lost an independent scion of the economic establishment so soon, that people could look back and see that as rather an important moment.
Well, it was interesting because they tried to make out he'd only agreed to a 3-month contract. But if they knew that, why did they not have a replacement ready to take over?
Well, also, Mr Osborne had unfortunately talked about him being there for a couple of years, which undermined the idea that he'd be a here today, gone tomorrow head of the OBR. Maybe an argument for Parliament to be appointing the head of the Office of Budgetary Responsibility, rather than for him sitting 2 doors down from Mr Osborne.
Indeed. Very good. Now, some of you